Hey there, I'm going to show you how you can use Google Slides to help support our initiative of writing across the curriculum. And one thing you would want to use first is making sure you have a classroom created in Google Classroom because it is so easy to upload assignments from Google Slides into your Google Classroom. Whenever you are doing an assignment like this where the kids are going to be taking some created slides and creating their own edits in there, such as typing or whatever it might be, it is important that when you do add the assignment, you go ahead and make sure you click that little icon that says make a copy for each student. So that way they will not be typing over your original master copy, and then they each have their own opportunity of sharing all the great things that they know. So to get started, I am a math and science teacher, and you can use this for anything. But one way I'm going to help support the writing across the curriculum, especially for my RLA counterpart, is looking at informational text, for example. And while you can upload anything that you already have from any of your ready resources, Savvis or even HMH or whatever it might be, I just went ahead and plugged in a quick question to ChatGPT and am using the wonderful creation of AI. So I simply typed in and asked it to create for me an informational text about the solar system, since that is the unit we are on in science, and make it between 3 and 5 paragraphs for a 3rd grade student. And I want it to include 2 questions that a child could write a short constructive response to. And so when ChatGPT gave me their response, it was this simple passage. And yes, I know it's not to the extent of the length that our kids will be exposed to, but it's for the purpose of writing across the curriculum, right? And then these would be the 2 questions. And I went ahead and put these on their separate slides. And I know this format does not look as familiar to them as what they will see on a lot of the other platforms such as DMAC or through Sirius or of course OnStar, but it does give them the opportunity and exposure to typing, because we know that typing is a skill that a lot of our kids are not comfortable with and they don't have enough experience in. And so we do want them to be able to have that practice. And the great thing about Google Slides is they do have some tools such as spelling assistance. And that's what we're going to really focus on today, is because we know that when they look at those rubrics, they do take away points for our students if they have grammar issues or spelling issues and what it might be. And I did upload the passage that ChatGPT gave me as a background. That way it eliminates the opportunity of kids to simply just click and copy and paste their text evidence to help support their reasoning, and they do have to go back through and get in that rhythm of typing their responses. So let me just give you a quick example of what that might look like. Okay, it takes a moment, they read through the passage, great, they're ready to look at these questions. So one question was, how does the sun help the planets in the solar system? And then another question was, what is one difference between the inner planets and the outer planets? In my speaker notes, I could have written or even stated, be sure you restate the question and be sure you cite some text evidence to support your answer to help reinforce the skills they're learning. And so you do have the speaker notes that help give the kids information to make sure they're including. But if I'm a student and I'm going to respond to this, I might make some mistakes with spelling. So I might start out with, the sun helps the planets in the solar system. And I know that it does give them some ideas to help get them going with their spelling. But what if I'm a kid and I still misspell it? One of the features, like I was showing you, is that autocorrect. So you can go to the tools, go to the spelling, and do that. Oops, I'm sorry, the spell check assistance. And you'll notice how that word that is misspelled is highlighted. So a kid may or may not have missed and recognized that they had made that error, but now it's bringing it to light. And the kid can realize, oh, wait a minute, I did misspell it. And yes, this is how I want to spell it. I'm going to accept that change. That way, it makes sure that the response has more clarity behind it. And of course, they're going to be able to maximize the number of points that they get on the side of the conventions. And the more practice they get used to is they have with this, they get used to it, and they are able to be doing this independently. And they can. The great thing about doing Google Slides is when you go through your slides, you should be getting a copy of the student responses so you can give those quick, immediate feedback to them as well.